Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Smith, and I'm an employee with the Los Angeles Unified School District. I've been employed here now close to almost 40 years. The reason I decided to work here was my dad was employed here somewhere in the 70s when I graduated from high school and was looking for some light work. He told me about the school district and I came and applied. I actually been here since high school, just out of high school. The most rewarding part about working here at the Unified School District is that it has good pay, it has good benefits. It also helped me to, as I got older and had children, put my kids to school. It's very rewarding, actually. I met a lot of friends here. Houses are bought, nice cars. So it's a really great place to work in.
Yeah.
While I was here, I had someone that was here asked me, or actually said I would be a good union steward here at the shop. So I came into the district as a bus driver. For 5 years I drove, and then I came into the shop thereafter. And one of the parts guys said I would be a good union steward. So I got involved with the union. I didn't even know, what it was all about. But I got involved with labor management, and it was an awesome experience. It showed me how the district and the employees bargain, how they try to work together to solve issues and problems, but there are always things that we don't see eye to eye on, and then we have to go into contractual things to fix it. So it was very interesting working with the union because I learned a whole lot from it. And during this time, I sat on a few bargaining committees, but this last bargaining committee that I sat on that took us into a strike, it was very surprising because, we always came close to striking, but we were always able to make a deal before it happened. But this particular time, we couldn't come eye to eye on our contract. And so the strike was decided, and during the planning of the strike, there was a lot of signs being made. There were a lot of planning for the strike, and I was very excited about it because I was like, wow, we've always talked about it, but it really never happened. And once I found out later on that we had a support group that was going to help us in the strike, which ended up being the Teamsters, the teachers. It was even more exhilarating to get involved. So as the date was set for the strike, I was told that I would be at the location of my site, which is Gardena Garage, LA Unified Gardena Garage. We share the garage with the bus drivers, and so on the day of the strike, I was very excited. I arrived. There were news crews here. There were my co-workers here. There were those that didn't want to strike that were here, that crossed the picket line. But the most exciting thing about that strike that I really enjoyed was the camaraderie and the ones who stuck together and strengthened the strike to make it effective. And we really had a good time, even though it was raining. We stuck together. We did interviews with the news channels, and like I said, we even had outside entities coming on from other job companies that supported our strike. So I really had a good time with it, and the most beautiful part about the strike is that we won. We fought and we won, and we were like a leading edge for that strike, because thereafter everyone else was striking or bargaining and not stepping down for what they were going to settle for in their strike. In their negotiations. So they had to strike as well. So in organizing the strike, I had to talk with my coworkers, and a lot of them were on board, and then I had some that did not want to strike, and then I also found out that there were a handful that had out of the union. So it was very disappointing, because that means that those who were in the union or are in the union were going to do the striking, while the ones that didn't strike, or the ones that were out of the union, just sat back and watched everything and benefited from what we did. So that was the sad part about the ones who I worked with that did not take part in the strike. So, but what I learned from it is that we still persevered. We still had plenty of members to help support the strike more than the ones that did not. So because of that, we were able to win the bargaining strike. We were able to win the strike through the bargaining committee, and it was, like I said, a really exhilarating experience.
Wow.
So one of the things I really also enjoyed was the rallies that we had. I found out that they were organizing a strike rally downtown Los Angeles, and all who were going to be participating was SEIU, all SEIUs, and the Teamsters. And when I arrived there and I saw all the people there and all the colors from the union, the purple and the red, I was like, wow. And we took up blocks and blocks of spaces, and it was just so many people that it was like a big melting pot of a family. And you can feel the energy that came from that rally, that it was going to go somewhere. This just wasn't going to go away. So and like I said, in the end result, we did end up winning. I seen it happen with other people, but to actually be a part of it and be in it, it was very exciting. And what made it exciting was because I was not alone. I had plenty of people around me that were fighting for the same cause, and we stuck together. We strategized, and preparation, helped set the stage for everything. And so there wasn't like a bunch of anxiety, but it was, like I said, it was just really exhilarating, because it was so many of us, and that supported the strike. One of the most thing that I remember about the strike was sitting on the bargaining committee, was that Mayor Bass, our mayor for Los Angeles, came out to the Union Hall and sat with us and listened to each and every person's story on how they felt they were being treated, their wage, just that they were making that were below poverty, and being that she came from out of the school system, she could relate. So the exciting part was she opened her her doors at City Hall for all of us to come down there and negotiate. And so every day for almost 2 weeks, we were at City Hall negotiating we were at City Hall negotiating our contract. We were negotiating our contract, and she totally took care of us, and we were able to come up with a win situation because she was on our side, parents were on our side, a majority of all the union that were involved with us was on our side. We had outside people on our side. It was just wonderful. And so that was very exciting to be able to go downtown and Mayor Bass opened her office up to us to bargain in. Yeah, there was a moment when I really felt that we were pushing the button to win, and the reason why is because we wasn't budgeted. You know, there was a criteria that we were asking for, and we wasn't budgeted from it. And every time they came back to counter, we would say no, we're not going for that. So we were locked. We were locked. There was a few small things that they said if you would do this, we would do that, and they were small enough to not even be concerned about. So at that point, we knew that for the bulk of what we were asking for, we were going to get, and it was like a knockout. They went down, and we stood up victorious with our arms up, like yes. So what I felt about the overall contract and what we were fighting for, it was totally awesome. Like I said, I work in the transportation part of the district, and we have bus drivers that have been here for years. I mean, I'm talking about like 20 years. And it took that or more to become full-time. So in the bargaining, they wanted to be full-time drivers because they're here all day. They come in the morning, they have a split, meaning that they were off of work for a certain amount of time during the midday, and then they would go back to work and get off at 5, and they were off during the midday. So their whole day was split, but they were only getting paid part-time. So one of the big wins was to see the bus drivers all become full-time. Another area that was really great was right here in our shop. The mechanics here at the shop, we're one of the lowest paid we make the lowest wages in this field, you know, with the city and the state, and the negotiation that we got for the percentage that we got, it put us like not over the top, but some of the great places that you can go work at now with a really great wage to have, you know, a lot of us are really happy with what we're making right now, and it's still unbelievable. So when we came back to work after the strike, we all still couldn't believe it. You know, we had been getting these little small percentages of raise, 2.5, you know, 1.5, you know, 0.5% raises over, you know, 20 years. So when we knew that we had won in what we were asking for in the strike and for the bargaining, we knew that it was going to help us do some things that we always wanted to do, whether it's save money, you know, continue to put our children to school. It was just so much to talk about afterwards because we had never been here before, and everyone was excited about the future and what was to come of this. Cool. So how my life has changed since after the strike. Of course, financially, there are some things I'm able to do. I can do more vacations, not that I do a whole lot already, but also what has happened is I've been able to save a little bit more money. You know, when you're not making what you could be making, it's hard to save. So with the strike and what we won through the strike, I'm able to save more money now. I'm able to support some other things. People who are not able to have what I have. You know. Let me turn. So this was very good for me. Yeah. So what I have seen with Local 99 over the years, it's been a great change. I remember my first meeting with Pam Stevenson in a labor management meeting. She came and sat in our meeting, and she just listened. And after the meeting, she said she couldn't believe what she heard. She just knew that we weren't being treated properly, that contracts were being broken through management, and she shared with us her experience and where she came from to get where she is today. And she sat with us for at least a year or two until she was able to show the district that, hey, this is a new union, and we're not going to stand down for all the old things that you guys used to do. And it totally changed the way we bargain. It totally changed the way we sit with management. And I mean, I was ecstatic about it because I had never seen that happen. Most of the time we come out of meetings defeated, and that stopped happening. And up until this day, and I'm talking about several years ago. So up until this day, it's been win after win after win after win. And there's no more doubt in me about the union. I used to doubt the union at a certain time because we had some bad leadership. But the leadership that I'm under right now, I'm proud to be a union member. I'm proud of those who stepped up and cared for us until we got to a point to train us even so that we won't be like we used to be. So it's been a very great experience with this union that I am, this union, which I just learned about from a trip to Philadelphia, an international meeting, and man, that was really awesome. You know, I never knew how big my union was and how powerful they was until I had that trip, and how the togetherness that I saw, you know, it made me want to get more involved and find out what else I could do to help, you know, my fellow employees and co-workers so that I can strengthen anything that they need help with.